Hi everyone and welcome. Good morning wherever you are today. I know this isn't my usual setup, but today I am coming to you live from the dining room. Excuse my morning voice, it's about 6 o'clock now, or just after. I'm about to start work shortly, but I thought, if not now, then when? When are we going to address the situations and the circumstances this virus has put us through? 2020 was what was 2020? 2020 was a rough year. You know, not only did it see us lose our loved ones to the virus, or see ones that we love battle with the virus, people that we know, friends, family, children having little to no contact with other children, with anyone around their age group, grandparents unable to see grandchildren, unable to see children. It has been a really, really hard year. I'm sure by now all of us would have heard that phrase, you know, stay home, save lives. Well, that's now been reinforced to the end of March as a national lockdown. Just when we think we're back on track to some kind of normality, the rug just gets pulled from beneath our feet, just like that. This new way of living has really started to take a toll on me. I'm sure it's not just myself, but to you as well. Our men who would normally, after work on a Friday, tend to go down to the pub and, you know, have a little chit chat with his colleagues, or, you know, drink a few pints, they're not able to do that anymore. Now, I know you might say, oh, it's just a pub, but that was their way of expressing any little feelings that they had. If they didn't come home and speak to you, they'd go down to the pub, and that was their thing, you know, and their thing has now been taken away from them. So what are they doing now? You know, if they don't have that, they don't have their colleagues to talk to anymore on that basis by drinking a few pints. What do they have now? What are they doing? What is in place for them? Just like the women, us ladies, we might have had a book club. We might have gone down, you know, as an excuse to have a little gossip and a biscuit. We don't have a book club anymore. We can't see our friends, we can't see our families. There's little to nothing that we can actually do, which is really, really hard. Those are just some of the distractions that we had in place to take our mind off of the things that would happen in our day-to-day lives, you know, the circumstances that we were faced against. Those are some of the things that we could use to zone that out. Now, this week's announcement has left me as a full-time worker, as a mother, as a teacher, as a wife, everything you can think of. I just have to do that now every single day. Now, I have children between the ages of 3 to 11, there's 4 of them, and I have never scrubbed so much yogurt out of my sofas in my whole life than what I've done in the past 10 months. I don't know if I'm missing the trick here. Do you have any tricks up your sleeves, how we're supposed to be dealing with it, how we're supposed to be dealing with being full-time parents, being full-time teachers, being full-time workers? If anyone has any tricks that they'd love to share, I'm all ears. But if I've missed the memo, and if you have, this just really seems impossible, doesn't it? Go to work, that means my children don't get taught. My children suffer, they then fall back behind in class. And that's just not fair on them. You know, it's just such a big balance. I'm telling you, this is a catch-22 situation that we are now faced in. So this is how I see it. If we don't go to work, we can't pay our bills. If we can't pay our bills, we lose our house. So if we lose our house, we ain't got nowhere to live. It's just as simple as that. But then if we're working full-time, we're at home, you know, our children become neglected. And I've not wiped smudges, fingerprints, lipstick, oh, you name it, off of my mirrors in all my life in living than what I've done in the past 10 months. My youngest, everything she gets her hands in, the Nutella, she just finds everything. And that's because I can't give her that undivided attention that she needs. It's hard. It's very tricky. Don't get me wrong. I know I'm such a positive person and I don't really let things get me down. But it's hard. It's difficult. And we don't give people enough credit for the things that they have to endure. You know, you go into work, you're doing all of these things as well. But it's very, very tough. Sometimes, you know, it's quite frowned upon, you know, that you might have children and you're working. It's frowned upon, but we're trying to do what's best for our families and to keep everything afloat in our house. And we're trying. We're going to get through this. It's only for a matter of time. I'm here to tell you today that we can do it. With everything comes balance. And after any storm, there's a rainbow. So let's pull up our big girl pants, our big boy pants, and remember that we can do this. So why not strive to doing our best instead of just leaving it and thinking, oh, I can't be bothered. No, let's see what we can do. Let's do our best and know that in our heads, we've done our best. We've done everything that we could to achieve the results that we're going to be getting. We're allowed to feel a bit out of control. We're allowed to feel like, oh, I can't take this anymore. I just can't deal with this. We're allowed to feel like that. We're humans. And a lot of the times it seems like we're robots, but we're human beings. You know, we all bleed the same blood. Be reminded that we are strong and we can do this. So take the time to adjust our crowns and remind ourselves how strong we are. So the next time you see Jim at the Asda checkout, checking out with his BAP, his crusty roll and his wafer thin chicken breast, speak to Jim. Ask Jim how is he doing. Ask him how's the family. Don't just see Jim looking like he's been living in a cave recently and thinking that nothing's not wrong with Jim. Oh, I'm just going to mind my business. Sometimes we have to be the Samaritan. Sometimes it really starts with us. I mean, acts of kindness goes without saying. It doesn't cost us anything to just see how somebody's doing, just to check up on them. You know, just a simple message, not to say, oh, Jim, God, you're looking rough. No. Jim, how you doing, mate? How's the family? Yeah, everything okay? And at this point, Jim's probably going to say to you, yeah, all good, all good. But you know, there's something that burns within your heart and you know, Jim doesn't look too right. Let me ask him again. Jim, how you doing, mate? Yeah, you sure you're all right, Jim? You sure things okay? How's this lockdown treating you? You know, mate, yeah, it's a bit rough. That's when Jim opens up to us and then he just starts to show us some of the things that are going on in his life. He just wants somebody to talk to. I mean, on a Sunday, I have this thing with my brother and I call him every Sunday just to have a rant and then I feel better. I don't even know if my brother's listening to me, but it's knowing that he's on the other end of the phone and I have his undivided attention, or what I think is his undivided attention, and I begin to talk to him and I begin to tell him some things that I want to get off my chest. And then I feel a lot better for it. Sometimes all we need to do is talk. So if you can spare just 2 minutes, 3 minutes out of your days messaging somebody, seeing how they're doing, all it is we need a friend to talk to. We need someone to talk to who will just listen to whatever we have to say. The next time that you see a mum in Sainsbury's shopping with the 4 children hanging off the trolley cart saying, oh, can we get this? Oh, can we get that? This is why I shop alone, by the way. Don't give her the evil eyes. Don't give her that, get your children in check look. Can't you control your kids? Don't give her that look. Instead, smile at her and say, oh, how are you doing? You okay? Oh, gosh, look at the children. They're grown now, because you see this lady every single time you go shopping. You know, even if you don't see her all the time, even if it's somebody new, you don't know what they're going through. Your words that come out of your mouth is going to shape the rest of her day, and it might shape the rest of her life. So when you look down at her and you say to her, oh, gosh, your children are a bit noisy, she's just going to be thinking about that for the rest of her day. Like, there's more important things that she could be thinking about. We're all at home, we're working from home, we're being teachers, we're being mothers, we're being wives, we're doing this clockwork 24/7, you know, every single day. And it's not nice. So just remember to be kind. Smile at the children. Say, are you helping mummy to do the shopping? Say things that are nice. Even if the children are misbehaving, they're going to think, oh, that lady said to me I should help mummy. So I'm going to help mummy by getting the things. Ask mummy if there's anything I can get on the list that she needs. It's all about how we speak to people. We don't need to say horrible things. Yes, you might be having a rough day, but the other person could be having it worse. So just encourage her, let her know that she's doing a wonderful job and that she should keep up the good work. I hope this has sparked something within you to check on other people, to check on your colleagues, to check on your friends, to check on your family, and to check on even strangers that we do not know. Because you just never know what somebody else is going through. And it's just good to talk. Be that Samaritan before they even need a Samaritan. Now, remember to be kind. Acts of kindness cost us absolutely nothing. And remember, the words that come out of our mouths shape our future.